Andy Panther versus Mewio. I think that will be a very interesting race, but I think it's more in Andy's favor. I don't know. We got someone's audio. I don't know whose. Oh, Giz using banjo. Gonna use it to make it more even. I think oh, they're both using banjo. Oh, I just noticed that the banjo racing. You know, screw Diddy. This is banjo. Banjo only. You know, all of them actually starting around at the same time. This is actually pretty close between all four of them, even though it's only the top two versing each other and the bottom two versing each other. So, but yeah, if you're wondering why there is no music, the music causes a bit of lag. It makes, especially with the boost, it makes the boost way more laggier. So it's favored to not have the music on, which is a shame because the music is awesome. I think we have Giz's audio. Oh, and Mewio missing in the cave right there, and kind of messing up the canyon list. But yeah, the music lags the game, and it's not just this game either. Music lagging is present in all Nintendo 64 games. It's a common thing in early 3D games like these. That's why the music is off in the multiplayer mode. You'll see it in Mario Kart as well in the multiplayer mode for that. So, not just this game.
Hot Top Volcano. The clip in Hot Top Volcano. Oh, and Mewio missing the Hot Top Volcano clip. How this game works is that the game is checkpoint based. So if you miss a checkpoint, you will get wrong wayed. You have not seen it yet, but it does happen. And CoyConrad also missing the clip. It's generally not a clip that is easy to mess up though, so it's a bit odd to see them. And it can be hard to be consistent at, but when you first get it, but oh, and as I was talking about earlier, the wrong way, he missed the checkpoint at the bottom, so he got wrong way. But he went back and got it, so as you can see, he's catching back up. That. Whale Bay, the first hover track, it's a pretty simple, easy track. Mostly chain boost together with it. That's the gist of this track. You'll see that
you'll see the players holding down the O button and going back and forth like they like that. We call that snaking. It is an exploit on the mechanic that that turning increases your speed. You only really do it on a hover because if you did it on any other vehicle, it wouldn't be so ideal. And besides, plane has barrel rolling, so which I did not explain in Hot Tub Volcano, but you'll see it. You'll be able to see it when I explain it in the next plane track, which will be Everfrost Peak, which I don't really want to commentate on it because it's a horrible, horrible track. It's an evil I have to do. And yeah, Pirate Lagoon, it's a track where you learn how to make your turns with hover. That's one of the reasons why it's one of the harder hover tracks for casual players, because hover is a lot harder to have control with when you're playing when you're a casual player. Trust me, I was really bad at it too. But constantly holding down the O button, like you have been seeing these players do, helps you with that control. And Crescent Island, that last turn is what makes the track more difficult than it really is. It's not really that difficult of a track. Just the last turn, just pretty sure. But if you hold A slightly after you boost on that zipper, then you can make the turn easier. And Andy, going over that zipper, it's not something you see so often, but it does happen. And oh my god, Pipsy getting in the way like that. Definitely working for Diddy. And Treasure Caves, a track that Giz is on. It is a very unforgiving track. As you play this game more and more, you kind of understand why it is. And Giz, he's like the #1 hater of this track. That blue balloon, it's a very hard thing to use. You can use it in different places, but none of them really seem that good, because if you use it, and these players, though, have been doing a well job of maintaining that blue balloon and doing it, but it's actually harder than it looks. I'm actually really bad at it. I'm like... yeah, and I don't want to commentate on this track. I'm sorry, guys. I might have to stay silent. It's like it's just too ugly to look at.
Well, Giz is done, so I mean that's a plus. I mean this track is just like horrible. Like it's not even a mother could love this track. Let's be real. So yeah, since I'm not gonna commentate on that ever speak, I'm gonna focus on Giz. He's Lowe's Cove. It's basically a love-hate relationship with this track. It can be very frustrating and it's difficult to be consistent at, but when you have a good one, it just feels so good. It feels amazing. It feels as amazing as eating chocolate. I love chocolate, man. Chocolate is great. And I mean, like, fine chocolate. Like, really fine chocolate. Oh, and Giz messing up there. That is uncharacteristic, but we can blame the use of banjo for that, I guess. I'm not sure how much his handling compares to TTA. I'm pretty sure it's a bit worse. I never really actually used banjo, so I don't really have much of a feel for him. So I can't like commentate from my own experience of it. And now, and CoyConrad now finishing up the worst track in the entire game. So props to all the players for not being on that track, and I bless them for their torture. Except Giz, cause he's a masochist and like he actually likes it. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. He's a masochist. I'm sure he would try to get other people to enjoy his pain too. So maybe he would be a sadomasochist as well. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, but I have not commentated on Snowball Valley. Andy's still on it. It's a short and simple track. It can sometimes screw you over. Especially with those snowballs, like you can actually like get flattened by them. You can bonk into them, and then get flattened by them. That's actually happened before. I wanted to die so bad. I probably did die for a second. Not as much as I died. I die when I play Everfrost Peak with, like, come on, like, no one is living when they play that track. Like, they go to the afterlife for 1 second, because that track is hell. It's hell frozen over. And Giz now moving on to Dragon Force. Frosty Village, it's one of the laggiest tracks in the game. Whoa, did you see Andy Panther? He just went right through that spike ball. Dude, that was cool. I wish I could go through spike balls like that. Imagine being able to do that in Star City. Like, considering how that is the land of the spike balls, like, I wish. But yeah, Frosty Village, one of the laggiest tracks, because of all the snow falling around. And plus as I stated before, the music lag, so it's definitely the
one of the laggier tracks. Probably the laggiest. I'm a pretty bad judge of that, though. I have a poor concept of time, really. Boulder Canyon, the final Havoc track. That you will see in the run. Bunking is often used here to the advantage as you probably already saw. It's the only time bonking is not a good thing in hover is when you're bonking head on. Otherwise, if you like bonking like to the side, like you saw Andy just do, it does it will not slow you down at all, and it could actually be helpful. Greenwood Village, it's a track that is very good for practicing your drifting when you first starting out. As you see, there's a lot of twists and turns. A lot of tracks. The car tracks in Future Funland are also like that too. So if you are trying to. If you were starting out on this game and want to get better at your turning, those tracks are the way to go. And Andy actually getting stuck in the ground right there. That's, if you're wondering, that is actually not uncommon with those bonks too. This game has some weird collision hit detection stuff. It's like you can like. It's happened more than once that you just kind of get stuck in walls and there is no escape. You can ask Stacy what happened to her the other day in Crescent Island. And I actually got clipped through the wall and got like sort of out of bounds in Greenwood Village one time. This game's weird, man. It's a weird. And yeah, Windmill Pains, the track that Giz is on, it's a very difficult track for the out of bounds. It's one of the hardest out of bounds in the entire game. It's not the hardest. The hardest would be the Star City out of bounds on plane. Yo, God, if you get that one, I'll let you know. And on plane, in plane you do, you barrel roll, as you saw Giz do a lot, and you've seen these other players do quite a bit as well. It's and Mewio going for the triple balloon shot to get out of bounds, but misses it. It makes the windmill planes out of bounds a bit easier, but as I said before, it's one of the most difficult clips in the game. So it's so even if you do the triple balloon strat, it's still really tough. Yeah, I got sidetracked. Barrel rolling. With barrel rolling, you don't hold A while barrel rolling, and you will go pretty fast. it's a thing of like you do in playing, like all the time, and for top players like Giz, you put him, you almost never hold A when in playing. But it's kind of like the entire game, you just don't hold A. And, Mewio fit, now on Haunted Woods, and, andypanther now moving on to Future Funland. What? Giz is making this track look really easy, but it is, definitely the hardest track in the game. Even though I will forever hate Everfrost Peak and continue to call it the worst track in the game, it's because what makes Space Dust Alley so hard is because 1, you're playing, 2, you bonk. There's so many places to bonk, and because you're in plane, that makes it like 10 times worse. It's like bonking in plane costs you 5 seconds. 5 seconds per bonk. It's pretty evil. It's a pretty evil vehicle. And with so many places to bonk and it being so easy to get destroyed by this track, yeah, that's why it's the hardest track in the game. It's often referred to as Space Bonk Alley, but I tend to call it something else. But for the stream, I will not say what it is. And that goes the same for Everfrost Peak. Dark Moon Caverns, it's another bonk heavy track, but since it's co, it's a lot more forgiving. Co bonks is not that bad compared to plane. And hover bonks compared to any vehicle is not bad at all, unless of course it's basic fun. Those are actually terrible. Dark Moon Caverns, there's a lot of twists and turns, so it's another one of those tracks where you can practice your movement on if you're starting out. But even for the best of the best, you can still bonk. Even the best bonk on it. It's just that track, man. And that goes the same with Space Dust Alley. Like, even the best can mess up. If you see Andy going, you see Andy and Mew going on the right side, of the loop, that's actually because it goes, dude, Andy got double destroyed by the spike balls. Anyway, as I was saying, they go on the right side of the loop because actually you actually get off it faster. Faster to do so, probably because you get off it earlier. But I'm not quite sure why though. Here in Spaceport Alpha, the track Giz is on. is the you see the out of bounds he just did. It's a Japanese clip only, and that is why these players are playing on the Japanese version. The reason for that is because, as you saw, there is no texture at the top, and along with that, there is no collision. But in all the other versions, this is patched up. But if you're wondering, you can do Hot Tub Volcano out of bounds in every version. And Giz finishing with a 25-43. Actually not bad for playing with Banjo. Star City, the track Andy and Mewio are on, it's notorious for spike balls. They're everywhere, and if you don't get destroyed by at least one, count yourself lucky. Like, Mewio just barely manages to avoid that spike ball. They're just so evil, man. They're so evil. And looks like we're getting Andy's audio. Andy going for the out of bounds. Andy gets it. Last race he was having a pretty rough time with it. It seems his movement is a bit off though, but oh, he got wrong way. Oh no, that was just a fake one. Spaceport Alpha often picks you out with wrong ways, so it's very hard to tell sometimes. It's a very scary thing. And let's see, Mewio. Oh, Mewio misses the out of bounds. That's unfortunate. Let's see if he can, oh, and then his balloon just got stolen. And it was by Timber. And I thought Timber was cool, man. I thought he wasn't so bad, but I guess he was working for Diddy all along. Even the people you can trust most. Just goes to show, man. And Andy finishing with a 27-54. And Mewio does get the out of bounds to this lap. And oh, CoyConrad having a pretty rough time in Star City. His movement seems a bit off, but it's can definitely be attributed to playing Banjo, as Banjo has a bit of different handling than TT, I believe. It's oh, and we're getting his audio right now, CoyConrad's, and Mewio finishing with a 28-58. Let's see how he does in Spaceport Alpha. Let's see if he can get that out of bounds. Oh. He's starting out pretty good. That was a bit slow. He could have barreled one more time, but he was just playing it safe to hit the shield so he doesn't get hit by those lasers, because it's so much like you'll get it like almost 100% of the time if you do not get the shield. He does get the out of bounds. So he's definitely having a good one, and his movement seems pretty good. And just to note again, this is in CoyConrad finishing with a 30-40. Game 1, and Andy takes game 1 over Mewio, and Giz takes the game 1 over CoyConrad. Oh, Andy practicing the out of bounds and he misses it. Looks like they're about ready to start. I'm not sure Andy knows though. Does Andy know? I don't think he does. Looks like the runners are most runners are getting ready to start the next one. I don't think Andy knows. That was a kind of weird out of bounds. I haven't seen one like that. Yeah, I'll open up his... Yeah, I'll go tell him right now. Other thing's loading. Someone's in his stream, Oh, he's ready. He's ready. Alright. Looks like all the winners are about ready to start. And just in case anyone did not know, it's Andy Panther versus Mewio and CoyConrad versus Giz. This is it's not a four-way race, it's top two facing each other and the bottom two facing each other. Let's see. I think they're waiting on a signal right now, or setting up a SR thing. I have no idea how that thing works. Let's see.
And they're starting. And we're back on Ancient Lake. Giz is using TT this time, while CoyConrad is still using Banjo. Is he not aware that Giz switched to TT? Or is he just playing Banjo, continuing playing Banjo for fun? Like, come on, Giz, you don't need to do this. You don't need to play TT. You could play anyone. And Fossil Canyon, it's actually a bit of a difficult track. You see, the strat that Giz is doing, it's called Canyonless. He got stuck in the wall a little bit there. The strat is you go for the balloon and the zip boat, but it's a lot harder than it looks, actually. They are definitely making it look easy, but it is not. And Giz finishing up Fossil Canyon, and Andy almost done with Fossil Canyon, and same to Mewio. Mewio had this one, but it's both of them definitely pretty good runners. It's I would say it will show. I'm pretty sure it would still be in Andy's favor. I'm a bit Andy biased. Jungle Fall is a track where you and getting that span out from that computer, the shields, if you run into them, you spin out, but if you have your own shield, then that won't happen. So that's why it's ideal to use a shield just to be safe. Actually, I think Mewio and Andy are actually pretty close runners, so it's definitely an interesting race to see, because they're both pretty close. But I think Andy's a lot better in these plain tracks, so both getting the out of bounds. How the out of bounds works is the lava. I don't think it actually looks much like lava. I don't even know how to describe what it looks like. But the lava has a mechanic where it's supposed to push you back in, but if you boost and barrel, you down into you can actually push by it. And Whale Bay, the first hover track of the run, it's you see them use this go back and forth. We call this snaking. It's an exploit on the mechanic where turning drifting makes you go faster, so constantly doing that in a hover is a lot faster than not doing it all.
You can compare, you can try it yourself, and you will see it's a big difference. The main gist of this track is to chain your boosts together very well. Whale Bay, that is. It's a pretty great track. I think it's fun. And Pirate Lagoon is a track that is good for learning how to turn, and however it something that is I've definitely seen difficulty in casual players, and it was difficult for myself as well as a casual player. So, but constantly holding the O button as you see these players do helps with that control. You have constant control, so. Also, boosting and getting really good boosts in Hobo is so satisfying. I love Hobo. Getting shot, Mewio getting shot. That's actually pretty surprising. I have not seen that. I don't think I've seen that. I probably have, but don't remember. But I don't think I've seen that. Crescent Island, fairly easy track. Also has a pilot ship, but Pirate Lagoon doesn't. The last turn you see on the little pillar thing can be made easier if you hold down the A button shortly after you boost. It's definitely something that you can see loads of difference on if you do it yourself as well. Treasure Caves, it's a track that you kind of learn to hate. And it's all because of that one stupid blue balloon. Like, you can use it in different places, but none of it really seems as good. Like, if you use it here, then you'll go flying and see you miss it, so you can't use it again. He almost got it though, and he did. But it's a very common thing to miss the balloon again. Oh, and he misses that balloon again. Dude, my power hurts. I don't understand this. And both Andy and Mew, moving on to Everfrost Peak, the bane of my existence, the ugliest thing you ever see. Just nothing it's just nothing you want to be a part of. Like, I don't understand how Giz likes it. He's just a masochist. I don't understand how he could be. He's probably a sadomasochist, actually. He probably wants to get people to try and enjoy it, but like, nah. But nah, can't. It's just too evil. Then CoyConrad now moving on to the worst track in the entire game. Andy and Mewio definitely having a really close race here. This is a lot closer than I actually expected it to be. I actually don't know what Mewio's PB is, so I do know Andy's PB is a low 27. I'm not quite sure what Mewio is. And CoyConrad, I'm sorry you have to play the track. I'm sorry anyone who has to witness the track like we. It's just so horrible. It's just like watching like a documentary on like something really disgusting. Like I can't really think of anything. Like I don't know. Probably a documentary on the human body, like a really descriptive one that shows all the really gross stuff. Like I don't know, maybe when you learn about the endocrine system. That was pretty whack. Whoa! Dude, did you see that from here? That was some crazy stuff right there. Like, holy crap, I have never seen anything like that before. Dude. What? I'm trying not to make anything not family friendly, but come on, man, that was crazy. The reason why they are actually going on the way for the loops is because you go faster on it. It's if you were just now here for it, that is actually a thing. It's faster to go on the right. Probably because you get off faster, but oh, and that spike ball. It's pretty weird, and this game is weird. Snowball Valley, short and simple, just go in an oval, and Giz on Dragon Forest, and Andypanther and Mewio on Frosty Village, and Mewio got pushed out of the way of the zipper, so he couldn't just fly down like normal. And I didn't notice what computer it was, but I'm assuming it was Diddy because everything was Diddy's fault. Boulder Canyon, the last hover track you will see, it's definitely you definitely bonk a lot, but it's bonking and hover very forgiving. The only time you will ever it will ever be bad is when you bonk head on. If you bonk on the sides, it is not harmful. As you saw them fly down,
like fly up like that in Frosty Village, that they're actually tapping down on the joystick. You can hold down too, but that actually is not good for maintaining speed. It's definitely something that's pretty useful to do. It's the best you can see it in other tracks, but right here is the best example here in Frosty Village. Oh, and getting destroyed by that spike ball. And Greenwood Village, the track is on. It's has a lot of twists and turns. Pretty bumpy, so in Greenwood Village, however, you kind of just fly everywhere. It's like on the tunnel, the wood and stuff, like before it, like it's, you know, well, you know the part where I'm talking about, like very bumpy, just fly. And Windmill Pains, the check is on out of bounds, and he gets it. It's a very hard clip to do. It's not recommended you actually learn it till you get at 26. But and Giz, well, you saw how well he did with Banjo. He definitely is doing better. Not getting a 26 here, he's doing better than that. Yeah, Greenwood Village, it's a track where you learn how to drift well when you're starting out this game. A lot of twists and turns. Andy and Mewio with some very nice movement on it. It's very satisfying when you have nice movement on it. It's definitely one of my favorite tracks. Oh, and CoyConrad having a bit of difficulty right there. And Andy, now on Windmill Pains, he does not go for the out of bounds, but as I said before, it's a very difficult clip to do. But I feel like in the near future, him and Mewio can do it. Well, you actually saw Mewio actually try and do it. But it's I feel like Mewio can eventually get off pretty consistently someday. It's but as I said before, it's a very difficult trick to do. So, and see, he gets it. For once, I do not curse. Was that a blessing that time? I don't know, but it definitely wasn't a curse. This is actually making this a lot closer between Mewio and Andy because of the out of bounds. And man, I coasted. I coasted again. That long way. Why do I do this? Why? Why? He was doing so well. Almost going back in bounds right there. That felt pretty close.
CoyConrad had some pretty nice movement on Greenwood Village, and now he's on to Windmill Plains. Well, andypanther and Mewio on Haunted Woods, and Giz on Darkmoon Caverns. Another bonk heavy track. It's but it's co, so well, actually Greenwood Village isn't so bonk heavy. I was thinking of Space Dust Alley, the one he just completed. But it's a very bonk heavy track. But you're in co, so it's a lot more forgiving than Space Dust Alley. And Andy finishing up Dragon Forest and moving on to Future Funland, and now Mewio is doing the same. Oh, and CoyConrad went for the out of bounds but does not get it. Someone with his I was not expecting him to really go for it at all. I haven't really seen I don't know if he went for it the first lap, I didn't see, but I wasn't expecting him to go for it at all. I guess it's something he wants to do. Oh, and tries to go for it again, but does not get it. I guess it's something he's trying to learn right now, but as I said, very difficult clip. So it's tough to learn and tough to get. Even the best players will mess it up. Space Dust Alley, it's considered the hardest track in the game, even though I still hate Everplus Peak more. I don't care what you guys say. Everplus Peak is just the most ugly, hideous track in the game that deserves to die. I hate that track with a fiery passion that I hope it melts. Anyway, Space Dust Alley, hardest track in the game. Because as you can already see, there's so many places to bonk, and in playing, bonking unforgiving. You lose 5 seconds. It's brutal. But it looks like they had some nice Space Dust Alley. So, oh, and CoyConrad getting destroyed by that oil slick. That's not a common thing in Haunted Woods. There's actually an out of bounds here in Darkmoon Caverns on the loop. You do it on the last loop, and you kind of bonk before going on the loop. It's a bit weird. It doesn't even save that much time, though. It's just cool. It's just a cool little thing to do. Giz on Spaceport Alpha, just finishing it up, doing that out of bounds, that's Japanese only. I kinda missed it, so missed it with the explanation, so I guess I'll get back to that, when it comes around again. And Giz finishes with a 24. Not so bad, but knowing Giz, he will say it's awful. He says everything is awful. If it's good, it's awful. If it's bad, it's awful. If it's decent, it's awful. That's just Giz. Everything is awful. If he misses, if even one frame is bad, if he's even, then it's just not good enough. That's just Giz. I'm telling you. Anyway, Star City, it's a track that you just, it has a lot of twists and turns, kind of like Greenwood Village. A nice track to practice your drifting, but the main thing about it is the spike balls. They will destroy you. They do it all the time. There is no escape. No escape at all. It's pure evil. Like, if you can not get hit by a spike ball even once, you are a god. I swear. I get hit by a spike ball every time, man. It's evil. See, oh my god, Mewio getting hit by that spike ball, I swear. I'm a curse. And Andy on Spaceport Alpha. And let's see how he does on the out of bounds. And he gets it. Anyway, as I did not explain earlier, the out of bounds is Japanese only because, as you saw, there is no texture and no collision where Andy entered. But it is patched up in the rest of the versions. Giz just going in adventure mode. Oh god. Giz, why? Oh, and he's gonna face Giz Pig. Giz versus Giz Pig. Anyway, Andy finishing with a 27-32. I believe his PB was a 27-34, so I think that's a PB. I think he just PB'd right there. And Mewio, and I think Mewio just PB'd as well. I think that's a double PB by both players right there. So Andy and Giz, Andy winning his match against Mewio, and Giz winning his match against CoyConrad, but CoyConrad not done with his yet. He's still in Star City, and Giz, I don't think he's finished with his race either. He still has to be Giz Pig. So. You know, why does the tunnel right there that CoyConrad was just in look so cool? Like, it's so rainbow and like it has the best shades too. Like, come on, man. Like, I want my life to be those colors. Like, come on, man. Let's be real. Oh, and getting destroyed by a spike ball. This trackman with its spike balls, it just destroys you. And Giz defeating Giz Pig, but he is not quite over. He has to defeat Giz Pig again. So if Giz can't defeat the Giz Pig again by the time CoyConrad is over, by the time CoyConrad finishes, then then CoyConrad is the real winner here. But CoyConrad missed that out of bounds, unfortunately. Yeah, they have some sick dance moves. So, like... No, oh. Let's see if he can get that out of bounds this time. And he does. Barrel rolling, I don't think I explained it throughout this entire run. But barrel rolling, if you barrel roll without holding A, you will actually gain a lot of speed. Like, it's pretty noticeable here. Oh, those backflips. And, I think he's just doing this on purpose now. And CoyConrad finishing with, I think it was a 31-31. He split a little late. Giz, what are you doing? This is not how the out of bounds tableau works. That's not how you save time, Giz. But yeah, that's a weird thing. The little it turns black because of the cave. I believe that is because you were in the cave, and I think it kind of it voids you back to the stove, but kind of because you were in the cave, I think it kind of still thinks you're there. So it turns dark like that. Cause yeah. Yeah, GG's to everyone. Andy and Mewio with the TVs. And CoyConrad and Giz, both playing pretty well. I mean, CoyConrad was playing banjo, so instead of TT, so. But both doing really well. Congratulations to Andy for winning and Giz for winning their respective races. And in about 2 hours, we will have another race. We will have another race, which is it. Which is me and Ave and Kiwi Killer and Quiet Super Mario. We will have those races in about 2 hours. Yeah, thanks for everyone for watching, and I'll see you around.